Here we are, ready to go. Hello, Miss Venus.
Hello, Mr. Kane.
How are you today?
I'm okay.
Are you ready for this conversation?
I am very ready. Episode 4, and today we are going to speak about
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter movement.
Yes.
So,
First, let me ask you, why would you want to have the conversation about Black Lives Matter movement?
well, because, it's been on the news for a while.
It's been the center of everybody's attention for the last couple months.
And especially since George Floyd. And because I've been hurt about things I've read on Black Lives Matters, and because I just want to make sure that everybody knows who we are talking about as well.
Yes.
Even because you hear about these people, this movement, and there's a lot of misinformation, and I'm very unhappy about that. So what we're going to do today. Ideally, I would have loved to one of the founder today here with us to tell, because that would have been authentic.
Yes, it would have been good.
But we don't. So we are gonna just talk about who they are, when they were founded, who are the three co-founders, and go from there.
My first question to you is: do you actually agree with the Black Lives Matter movement?
What do you mean? What sense?
Do you agree with their movement at all?
Of course I do.
Okay. So how do you feel about the idea of all lives matter?
Oh, well, if you allow me, we are going to speak about that just after.
Good.
But what I really want to know now is just we're going to introduce them to explain who they are, how they were founded, why they were founded. And then this is actually, I prepared that. And then we are going to talk about what about all lives matter.
Good.
So go ahead. Let's do it.
Let's get started.
For you, hashtag Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter was founded in 2013 in response to the acquittal of Trayvon Martin's murderer, which we all know is M. Zimmerman. Black Lives Matter Foundation Incorporated is a global organization in the US, UK, Canada, whose mission is to eradicate white supremacy and build local power to intervene in violence inflicted on Black communities by the state and vigilantes.
Zimmerman.
Yes, he was definitely a vigilante.
A bad one.
By combating and countering acts of violence, creating space for Black imagination, innovation, and centering Black joy. We are winning immediate improvements in our lives.
So we took that description of Black Lives Matter on their website.
Yes.
We are trying to be as accurate as possible and make sure that we finish this episode with the best information.
The most understanding that we can. So who are the founders of Black Lives Matter?
Okay, so there are three co-founders, okay? There's this woman called Alicia Garza, who is a writer, a public speaker, and a freedom dreamer. I quite like that.
Dreamer.
I am a freedom dreamer myself, and I completely resonate with that. And then you've got another woman who's called Opal Tometi. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce it well, but she's a human rights advocate, strategist, and writer of Nigerian American descent. And then you've got Patrice Cullors, I don't know how you pronounce that, Cullors, artist, author, educator, political strategist, and organizer. So we are not talking about the average, and I'm not trying to be negative about that, the average Black woman. This woman ended up creating a movement in response to another unlawful killing, another killing where I think it took them some time to arrest the aggressor. And that's something that really hurts me when something like that happens. I'm always like, okay, sometimes you have it on video, the guy killed the other guy,
Yes.
but the guy is not arrested or at once. And I'm like,
That's because they did it in the line of duty. They did it as an authority figure.
in the line of duty.
Yes, in the line of duty, yes.
Really? Even when you see with your own eyes and everybody can see that it was wrong.
But he was doing his job, and that's a very difficult job.
Really? That's a very difficult job.
Yes,
okay.
very difficult job.
Difficult job. But anyway, so yeah, I've always been very shocked about, you killed someone, someone who has an arm. You kill someone sometime in their own house.
Yeah, that's it.
They were not threatening you, but you saw, I'm going to kill her.
Yeah, they felt threatened. When they feel threatened, they have to protect themselves.
And they are not arrested all at once. And then when people protest, they don't understand. So that's why, at some point, these three women created Black Lives Matters. So we know that the hashtag Black Lives Matter is today very, very, very controversial because it says black. Right?
Yes.
We're going to talk about that as well because we are in a situation where today naming colors is a problem.
Not really. No one has a problem when you say white.
That's another.
But I thought you said nobody has a problem when you say color.
No. In this.
Yes, it does. It seems like when everybody brings up an issue about black, there's a problem across the general public. Maybe not in the black community. I don't think the black community has a problem being called out black, but it always seems that when a black person is trying to get on the first step of the ladder, there's always someone trying to kick them off to say that it's not necessary.
Do we want to just read these? We are expensive. We are collective liberators who believe in an inclusive and spacious movement. We also believe that in order to win and bring as many people with us along the way, we must move beyond the narrow nationalism that is all too prevalent in black communities. We must ensure we are building a movement that brings all of us to the front. All of us to the front.
Yes, and what do they mean by all of us? Are they also talking about the white community, the Arab community, the Asian community? What do they mean when they say all of us?
I sincerely hope so. As I said, unfortunately, I haven't talked to one of these founders, so I can't answer for them.
Okay.
But I hope so. Because, yes, it's called hashtag Black Lives Matter, but it's, I think it's for everybody, whatever color they are, who believes in the basic rights of human beings. I hope. That's my...
Well, that's not how I read it, but okay.
That's my interpretation.
Right.
Give us yours.
Well, no, I think Black Lives Matter is specifically talking for the change of everybody's views about black people. That's what I think it is. And when it says all of us, I think it's talking about the different groups of black people. That's what I think.
So do you think it's excluding anybody else?
I think it's excluding everybody that's not black. That's what I think.
And do you think it's a good thing?
I think it's a starting point for repairing our own psychology. Because right now we do have a separation even in our own community. We have our own separation.
Oh, definitely. We agree on that. And
I think this is it. Because right now, the reason why I think it's very important that these young ladies put together this type of organization is because until we ourselves, our own community, start thinking from the same place or trying to help each other as a whole, we'd never be unified enough to be able to tackle any other issue.
Okay, I do agree on that one with you, that we need to be united and fight together and tackle any issues we are going through at the moment and actually in the past. But anyway, that's definitely there for us. But I just hope that when they say we must ensure we are building a movement that brings all of us to the front. I hope, and I sincerely hope, that they are including anyone who is willing to be there with them.
Oh, I mean, I do believe that.
I hope so, because if it's not the case, I think it's sad. That's my point of view.
I don't think that's it. No,
Look. I'm just you have you read it. You have you saw it your way. I'm just asking the question. I'm not saying that's what's written.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand. Okay. Okay. This one's for you.
Yeah. So more so to we must ensure we are building a movement that brings all of us to the front. Our next paragraph says, we affirm the lives of Black, queer, and trans folk, disabled folk, undocumented folk, folks with records, women, and all Black lives along the gender spectrum. Our network centers those who have been marginalized within Black liberation movements. So again, like we were just saying, when it says all of us, I think this here encompasses all of the us that we're talking about. And right now, again, by saying this statement here, they are saying openly that we have segregated groups in the Black community.
We do, and actually, I was saying at the beginning of the podcast that I've read some very annoying. Annoying is not even the word.
I know it's much more.
No,
than
hurtful comments on Black Lives Matters, because
from whom? From which community?
From the Black community. Sorry, from the Black.
That is yes.
From the Black community.
That is
because some people are not happy that Black Lives Matters is actually, as they say here,
encompassing queer and trans folk.
Yeah. The life of Black, queer, and trans folks, disabled. No, not disabled. The queer and trans. Apparently, for some people, that is a problem. And that really hurts me, because what is your problem? What is your problem?
Yeah.
These people, whatever their sexuality,
They're still Black.
They are Black. And it's not even a problem of being Black or not Black. Who are you to say that being queer, trans is not a good thing? Who are you?
Well, I mean, okay, fair enough. Good or bad, that's still objective. And people can have that. But who are you to say because you're Black and queer or Black and trans that you don't deserve the same protection that I do?
No, when I read things like that, when I hear things like that, I'm like, okay, we are very, very far to being one day united. Yes. Because if we exclude people on their sexuality or whatever else, what are we doing?
How can we justify wanting to stop the oppression from someone else?
When we are doing it to our own. We are doing it to our own. I say no to that.
Yeah.
So I say yes to Black Lives Matters for that, even if I would have loved for them not to have to put that to show it, to say it, because it should be natural. When we talk about a community, it's everybody. You don't choose and pick. You don't say who's good and who's not. You're Black or you're not. So it's all lives in this case, all Black lives. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. And I have to say, there's going to be a few people that's going to listen at this and they're going to get upset and they're going to be talking about God's law and things like this. Don't worry, I already understand how you feel. But still, my point is, we're supposed to love and take care of all of our brethren, all of them.
Yeah.
None of us is without sin. And what sin is higher than any other sin? And as far as I know, the highest sin is going to be blasphemy. So unfortunately, even in your good book, it says that the person with no sin is to cast the first stone.
Yeah.
So for you wanting to talk about someone because of their sexual preference, hopefully you are as perfect as Jesus. Because unfortunately, whatever their situation is not yours. You didn't live through it, but you have your own problems. So understand that people are individuals and they are here to make their choice. It's their life. Let them live their life. It's not for you to judge them. Because me personally, I can say that I used to agree with a lot of this crap myself. And you heard me right. It's crap.
It's
because right now, if none of you people are going to unify, all of this is going to continue. Second, how do you know that whatever's going on in their life, this is how they are dealing with their situation? Who are you to judge somebody else because of their decisions? So, unfortunately, if we want to move forward, we need to unify, all of us.
And love
not
each
a portion.
other.
And what's that?
And love each other.
Yes. Not a portion. Not because you did what I said. Everybody. Love, work together, all of that. And unfortunately, I got to say this too. I go to church. I used to go to church quite a bit. Do you know it was absolutely nothing to find out that the piano player or the choir director, I've seen plenty of them in my black churches, were homosexual. Oh, but no one talks about it. As long as nobody sees it, you never say it. It's okay, but everybody looks at you a little bit funny.
No, from my point of view, it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't even want to talk. Well, I don't even. No,
but no, I'm just talking about sometimes we do have very hypocritical ideas in our community, and we need to educate ourselves. So anybody who is upset because Black Lives Matter wants to put an umbrella to try to shield someone because of their sexual preference and you don't like it, then I can't really say much when an institution wants to be systematically racist against you, because actually the way they believe it, you're not doing what they want, or they don't like you either. So when they don't let you in, it's only fair, isn't it? It's only fair they don't let you in if you won't let a gay man in or a trans man in. It's only fair, isn't it? Because that's the world we live in. This is the idea that we need to change. Black Lives Matter is a movement. It is something that somebody thought up. These co-founders, let's say their names again. These young ladies, Alicia Garza, Opal Tometi, and Patrice Coulors. Also, let's not forget about Erica Garner. She has passed away now, but her as well. Eric Gardner's daughter. These ladies said, if we're going to fix this problem, we need to unify. And this was their brainchild in order to get our community to unify. You didn't do it. They did. So before you start to criticize what it is they're doing and the movement they're doing, tell me about your movement first.
Yeah.
If you have a movement, bring it to me. Let's follow yours.
And if your movement is just hate, we don't want to hear about it.
Don't want to hear about it, because we need to move to the future.
Okay.
I've said my piece. My goodness.
So they say on their website, we are working for a world where Black lives are no longer systematically targeted for demise. How do you say
demise?
Demise. Yes. Sorry. Yes. And of course, I say yes to that. And let's do that all together.
Yes.
And, yes, it's hashtag Black Lives Matter. And I understand them. Even if I remember the first time I heard it, I asked myself, I wonder, why do they had to add the black? And we've heard a lot about that, the Black Lives Matter against the All Lives Matter.
Oh boy, have we.
The All Lives Matter. And I wonder, I remember thinking, and of course, as usual, when you're excluded from everything, you create your own.
That's right.
So why people are today complaining about that hashtag Black Lives Matter? It's because they are scared. They are so bloody scared.
How about this? No, it's kind of silly. And I must say, there's just a network of people out there that are going to debate and debunk anything they can about black people.
Anyway, yeah.
It doesn't matter what they come up with. They're going to do their best to tear it down or debunk it. When this all first started back in 2013, as soon as I heard Black Lives Matter, I was angry. I said to myself, who put this together? Because I love the movement, I love their message and what they're doing, but saying Black Lives Matter, as soon as I heard it, the first day I heard it, I said, some butthead is going to come up with a rebuttal just for their slogan, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, but don't you think that it's time that we stop being complacent and just say it as we think it?
But it has. Because of Black Lives Matter, we have a side comment called All Lives Matter.
Yeah, well...
what I'm saying is, as a marketing company, they always think about these things hard, strong, to make sure that these types of things are not allowed to come back to them. Unfortunately, it wasn't done in this case. It was done off a knee-jerk reaction because, not saying that was bad. That's how good things get started. But I get upset that whenever it seems like Black community comes up with a movement or an idea to make things better, they immediately always receive attack. And I was thinking to myself, the people who came up with Black Lives Matter should have known and understood you're going to have an immediate attack. So make sure you put it in a way that is not immediately attacked.
Well, no, I'm sorry, I can't agree with you on that because whatever name, it would have been attacked anyway. It comes from Black people.
No, all I'm saying is put that in the strategy. That's all I'm saying. Put it in the strategy because I hate when things get thwarted. But look at it. It started in 2013. It didn't even get serious until this year, last year.
I don't really agree with you.
No, it was a movement, but absolutely everybody knows it now. Everybody knows it's not going away now.
Yeah, okay.
All the way before this, I would say 2016, before everybody thought it was a fad. Something that, it'll be gone. All lives matter. Ha ha ha. It'll die on its own.
You know what's really sad about the fact that, yes, they became big this year. It's because the crime of George Floyd was so horrific.
I mean, they were all horrific.
Yeah, but this one was. I'm not saying. I'm not diminishing the other killings. They were all horrific, but this one, I think, really was in everybody's mind, even those who are not really.
All the rest of them seemed like knee-jerk reaction, something that happened in the moment.
And
George Floyd got killed by a man who knew what he was doing and had no regard for his life, and everyone saw it on his face.
Yeah, and
that's why I think it hit so hard.
As well, we saw him die. I mean, see,
I guess it was a snuff film.
No. I'm saying that right now, and I'm like, it was awful. I mean, I didn't watch it. I couldn't. But it was live. And I think that's why the answer was so strong and why people were so angry and why, Black Lives Matter today will never be forgotten. But you know what? In a way, I would love them to be forgotten because I would love for George Floyd not to be dead.
To still be alive.
It's terrible because in a way you're like, see, I'm getting emotional because it had something awful like that had to happen to.
I understand your emotion. I do. I understand your emotion as well, and I get it as well. But I've seen this all my life. I've seen this all my life. I've seen police officers do things they're not supposed to be doing.
How was it? Sorry, I'm cutting you. How was it for you in America as a young Black male? Because I mean, I don't have boys. I have daughters here in the UK, and I've been very worried about all the stabbing that are currently going on in London, where at some point it was kind of every day young people would stab each other. I was about to say for nothing, and how was it for you in America, knowing that you are a target?
I mean, we did know we were targets, but just no different than a lot of the young parents right now teaching their kids how to speak to police officers, how you're supposed to pass them your driver's license and registration. A lot of people only have been hearing this over the last couple of years. I've been hearing that since the late 70s. I've been told not to get, as a child, I was told never to get tattoos, ever. And this is way before tattoos got big, because that's what the police officers would use to target you. Forget your name. If you have a tattoo, this is an identifying mark. No, not that it's bad now. Now it's a fad. But before, it was a tool of identification for these people.
Yeah, no, I get you.
And that's what I mean. Everything we were doing, it was always someone looking and watching. Not only that, see, we always only want to talk about the negative things and bad things. I have been to multiple companies from my teen years all the way up to the last 10 years or so. When I have actually come up with innovations for companies, I've actually invented tools and things like that to make my job better, only for these companies to steal my idea and then let me go.
Yeah.
Look, these things still happen right now today, but let me go somewhere and try to say these things to someone. The first thing they're going to say is, first, prove it. Then they go, see, you can't prove it. Yeah. Obviously, it didn't happen to you. Yeah. And on and on and on and on. But see, the thing is, we need to fix these things. They're not going to fix them for us. It was Farrakhan. I did. During all our little research, I saw a video of Minister Louis Farrakhan. And he asked a very important question. When are we going to stop asking white people to do for us what we should be doing for ourselves? If we're going to ask them, give me liberty, I want my actual freedom. I don't want the words of freedom. I want my actual freedom. Why are they going to give it to you? They haven't given it to you now.
Yeah.
Why are they going to give it to you? Why are we worried about it? Why do we need validation from other communities for us to think that we can do something, that we're actually good? This is a community social idea that we have, that if we really want to be good, we need them to actually respect us. No, we don't. We don't need them to respect us at all. We don't need to go to their jobs at all. We don't need to eat the food that they eat at all. But because of the system, the economic system that we live in, it's promoted for us to do it. It's made easy for us to do it. But when are we going to stop taking the easy route and actually go to fix the problems? And I think that's what this Black Lives Matter is about. They are doing their best to unify all groups. But until our community stops making our own separation. And look, it's quite funny. We all know about Jim Crow. And we all know about Willie Lynch.
No, I don't.
Willie Lynch was a person who educated slave owners on how to manage their slaves. So he pretty much told his slave owners, you need to cause separation between your Negroes. So there you will have house Negroes, you will have field Negroes.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you treat the light-skinned ones very well, and you treat the dark-skinned ones as bad as you can.
Yeah, and
they will always have so much animosity within themselves, they will never even think about coming to you.
And the light skin were accepted in the house, but not the dark skin. Yeah.
Not only that, eating food, time off work. So many things. Of course, that's going to cause resentment.
Yeah,
of course, it's going to cause resentment.
Conquer. Yes.
So, but what's funny is a lot of us still use this idealism within our community together.
I completely agree.
So how about this? How about this, black folks? Did you not know that during slavery times, it was absolutely happening quite a bit? We always worried about the slave owners raping the women. What about the slave owners that raped the men? You don't think it happened? Do you think it just didn't happen? What about the psychology of the people and the generations that went down after that? Are we not going to accept that fact? Oh, we're just going to say they're bad now and push them away? Come on, man. We're going to have to wake up. We're going to have to wake up, people, and understand we need unity. And we need actual unity, not I'm only going to be unified with you because you like me and you have the same ideas. We got black Christians, we got black Muslims, we got black atheists. That doesn't matter. We need to come together. The rest of the ideas, we can work all of that out later. But right now, we need to have one voice so we can go to the UN, so we can go to the supreme governments and make our case.
Yeah.
As long as we're arguing amongst each other, we'll never make a case to anyone.
And we're wasting time.
Completely wasting time.
Valuable time.
Yes.
Let me go back to what Black Lives Matter tell us on their website. They say, we affirm our humanity, our contribution to this society, and our resilience in the face of deadly oppression. The call for Black Lives to Matter is a rallying cry for all Black lives striving for liberation.
Yes. That's a good thing. And look, I want everybody to listen to this one. This ain't just for the Black people, everyone. You see, they're asking for liberation. Yeah? Striving for liberation. Every one of these major countries that call themselves Western or First World, all of them were liberated through bloodshed. Yeah. So, listen, all lives matter, people. If you don't want to concede to these Black people and their views and their wants for their peaceful future, there will have to be bloodshed for this liberation. So the choice is yours. Do you want bloodshed for people to actually get their liberation? Or are you going to stop for a second and admit that they're part of your community and allow it to happen?
Talking about all lives matter. So I would have said all lives matter anyway. But today, it's become so controversial. And the question is, why? Because it's used as a slogan that has come to be associated with criticism of the Black Lives Matter movement. And you're like, really? So what does it mean? Do the All Lives Matter people saying that Black lives don't matter? Why do we have to come to that again?
Mm-hmm. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
What does it bring at the table?
Nothing. Diversion. That's all it does is bring diversion. Because if all lives matter, you wouldn't be complaining about Black Lives Matter. Because Black Lives Matter still fit under the remit of all lives matter.
But I mean...
So again, like we said last time, are you jealous?
What?
No, I'm talking about the non-Black people that say all lives matter, like we did in our last episode. Are you jealous? Are you jealous because someone is not talking about your community? Is that why you're saying all lives matter? Or are you saying all lives matter because you believe that you're being just as oppressed as Black people? Is that why you're saying all lives matter?
Well,
or are you saying all lives matter just to cause a diversion or hurt someone else's movement?
Yeah.
Why?
Definitely.
I would love anyone tell me, why does all lives matter? Why does it matter so much? Because at the end of the day, when someone says Black Lives Matter, I want you to go back about a good 60 years, 70 years, when there were signs on the outside of services and businesses and restaurants. What about the sign that said no Blacks, no Irish, no dogs? Where did all lives matter then? All lives didn't matter then when you put that up. And it wasn't just Black people, it was Irish and dogs as well. Dogs. And we know how much you people love your dogs.
Yes. Sorry.
And you actually made two cultural groups. You put them on the same level as a dog. And that's been within the last 100 years.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Personal, please.
The no Blacks, no Irish, no dogs. Have you seen that in America? Have you seen those?
Well, me personally, I have not seen
No.
it. But the pictures, yes, I've seen them. Yes, I've seen the pictures. I mean, come on. Muhammad Ali, when he won the gold medal, at the Olympics, When he went back to his hometown and he went downtown to go into a restaurant, they even told Muhammad Ali, we don't serve Negroes here.
Well, I've seen a video of him saying that story.
And I was alive when he was alive. So this ain't no long time ago.
I know. Well, in the first place, if all lives matter, Black Lives Matter wouldn't even exist.
It wouldn't exist.
That's your own creation in a way. So just deal with it. Shall we talk about how George Floyd's death changed the face of anti-racism protest?
Yes.
Do you think... Well, let me tell you how I felt.
Yes.
So I was very emotional after George Floyd's death. And as I said, I couldn't watch the video, and I haven't watched it, and I think I didn't.
You still haven't watched it?
No, I didn't. No. For me, it was just too much. But there's one thing actually that kind of calmed me down in terms of anger. It's to see all colors during the protest, and even if he didn't, completely take away the pain, I thought, something's new. I had never seen all kind of people, all color, all ages, and young people, well done, during those protests. And I felt less lonely, if you see what I mean.
Yes.
I was kind of like, oh, maybe there's hope to see maybe one day, or maybe to never see again this. I would love to, to not to ever see this again in my life. So yeah, it gave me a little bit of hope. And I don't know what you think about that, but I think, or maybe I wasn't aware.
Some of those people were only there to watch and report.
Okay, fine. What I'm saying is you had some people who I think were genuinely there to protest against racism. And I believe that it's a good sign to see black and non-black people side by side saying enough is enough. And for me, that's new and that's positive. And
it happened in the 60s as well.
And
it happened with the Black Power, Black Panther
I'm not
movement
saying
as
it's
well.
the first time that non-black people are,
But no, my point is, those same people that were with the Black Panthers at that time, they're still alive right now today. They're some of the elders. Where are they? Oh, one of them walked over to the police officers to get back a helmet, and he got shoved on the ground and mashed his head on the ground, where Donald Trump said, oh, he fell harder than he was pushed.
Yeah, no.
But look at the rhetoric of our people. See, look at that. I said our people, and I was talking about every human being. I wasn't even talking about black. Look at that. How can I feel this way in my heart when I say my people? I'm talking about all humanity, but some other people can't look at black people and see them as all of humanity.
Yeah, but
that is why Black Lives Matter exists.
Okay, and we agree on that, but can we see a positive here? Can we be a little bit trustful?
But that's personal. And I gotta say, I have very few friends that I would say 100% really don't care. But how about this one? I hope nobody feels bad for me saying this. But if I have a friend that is of Caucasian descent and they say that I'm cool, I'm not racist, I'd never do anything like that to you. But in a separate conversation about A, B, and C, completely different, he goes, those Indians over there. How does that work? So you cool with me, but you'll go and just jump on somebody else's.
No. We know.
So wait, where is my confidence in you? That you're still not a bigot.
I've been there. I've been
you
there.
being nice to me.
Yeah.
Are you just doing it to my face, or you be like, oh, that black? You won't even call me, hey, Kane. Oh, yeah, I was talking to Kane the other day. You're going to go to your peer and go, I was talking to this black the other day.
Yeah, I know.
So where's that confidence?
I know what I mean? But, well, I've had people tell me, I don't like black people, but you're cool. I like you.
Absolutely.
And you're like,
I've had that all the time. But again, like I said before, there's that carrot in it.
Yeah.
Because when they say that to you, you go, oh, dang, he likes me. And I really want to get that thing over there, but he's just behind his back. Yeah, okay, master boss, I am good. Yeah. Keep me around a little longer so I can get to that carrot.
Yeah, yes. Depending on who's going to say that, you make a decision. If it's your boss, you make the decision of maybe losing your job.
But yeah, so that's the end of the episode. Black Lives Matter.
Episode 4.
Episode 4, yes.
4.
Black Lives Matter. Look, this isn't meant to inflame anything or make anybody upset.
No.
Look, we just want a fair world for everybody. And I hope you don't feel upset or frustrated that we're talking about Black Lives Matter, because all lives matter. Yes, all lives matter. But I just want to focus on the black ones who feel like they haven't been treated fairly.
And they haven't been anyway.
Yes, they haven't been. If you think that black people have been treated fairly, I want you to go back and do your research. If you've seen episode 3, then you understand what reparations are. If you don't repair the relationship that has happened before, how do you ever expect another group to integrate properly?
Anyway, goodbye and see you soon for episode 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.